Good morning everybody, my name is Osa and it's being Saturday. We are playing Farming Simulator 19 on the Oakfield farm map. As mentioned briefly last week, I have switched out the MAN truck for a Scania with a hood. Not entirely impressed with the tinted windows, but we'll learn to live with those, I think. And we now need to figure out how to get back to the farm. I'm still not used to sitting on the wrong side of a vehicle or driving on the other side of the road. Somewhere here. Oh, that looks awesome. And this truck has the same speed as the MAN, top speed. I am not quite so sure about its horsepower capabilities or torque, so we'll see how badly we struggle. For now, I'm going to park it down the end here. And we still have silage. Yeah, that's going to be a thing soon. Reverse that. Let's try reversing that way. Try and stay out of the way of anything else I need to come back here to turn around for. And Patchwork, good morning. And welcome to the stream. How are you doing this nice Saturday morning? Okay, let's lights off. So, the truck we have, an old style Scania. 112H. It's only a 2-axle model. Has standard road tyres on the back. Metallic brown colour. Also went for the Flegel trailer with standard road tyres on that too. I don't think... Yeah, trailer doesn't have a cover, so we're going to have to watch that when we're shipping stuff to and from the store. I was going to check the silage before we take a nap. So the truck should be approximately as capable as the one we just got rid of. It was cheaper, so we could buy the trailer, because I kind of need that, and I need to know silage is fermented. Yay! Okay. Silage is fermented. Let's get that doing its thing. And good morning, Hail Team, and welcome to the stream today. Okay, put that there. Go. Jump out of that. Uncover that, and we'll bring the truck over. This wasn't actually something I was planning to do today, but Truck doesn't come with beacons. That's okay. It gives me something at least that I can ship product to market without, yeah, not at the speed of a tractor. Although, how close is that? And I totally messed that up. Actually, I don't think I... well, yeah. I totally messed that up. I want the back to go left, so I need to steer that way. There we go. And yes, that auger is too short for this trailer. That's a bit of a problem then, isn't it? Because sadly this auger does not have an extender or the ability to raise itself higher. That is exactly the wrong height. Oh, that is so annoying, because the only way around that is to go with the standard belt system, and the standard belt system is just a pain in the butt, because I need one of those and one of those, which means it takes a lot more room and costs a lot more money. Ugh. Yeah, I can't get that up there. Well, maybe I can. Okay, now that's dangling in the air and it's still not picking stuff up. Or do I need to turn it on? I need to turn it on. Okay, so it vaguely will work. I need one of these with a adjustable height thing, because that just stopped working. Fine. So, yes, furniture store opened on Monday. I'll turn that off. And so we went out and bought some furniture. We have a sofa. We have a dining room table and chairs. So, yay for that. Okay, let's pull that forward. Turn that off. Okay, we'll go with the belts. I was trying to avoid that, but just the way it is. And we're going to have to borrow a ton of money too, which I was trying to avoid as well. Frustrations. We have 54,000, that should be enough. So, nice thing, doesn't have the ability to stick the end over a large trailer. I could have bought something like an auger wagon or whatever, but we'll buy that. And that one. Because I am not going to do this by tractor front loader shovel at 1,000 litres a time, because that's 47 I don't want to do that. I didn't want to do that at all. Let's try that again. Now I'm in the way. Reset. Okay. Let's move them back over here. Start up the engine. Yes, unfortunately, the sofa is a little bit large for our room, so we're going to actually have to rearrange our ideas, put it in the opposite corner we had planned to, and there we go. And move the TV. And that's a little bit of a problem. Seriously, what's your problem? Okay, sorry. There was a network error. So yeah, what I'm going to need to do, or what we're going to be doing, is moving the sofa to the opposite corner of where we planned for it. We have to move the TV, which means drilling a hole in the floor so that we can run the coax cable up through it. But apart from that, yes, we're very happy. Because we now have somewhere else to sit that's not a bed or an office chair. Okay, let's see if we can maneuver this around so that we can get it all in place. And that doesn't work on the joystick. Okay, so those are connected together. Turn the engine off on that. And we'll get back in the truck and reverse that under the belt. And there we go. Okay, we'll turn that off. So it is, as we ascertained last week, the last day of fall. Or tomorrow is the last day of fall, and we are going to be doing cultivating on the top two fields.
Welcome to Challenger.
Well, we don't need to. No, we already have a nice sized TV. It's the sectional is too large. Yeah, is too large for the point we wanted to put it in the living room. The living room's not exactly large, so we're actually going to have to put the sectional in the corner because at the moment it's in the way of access to the let's say minor bedrooms and what's the other thing? And the bathroom on that side of the house. So you kind of have to shuffle your way past it, and that's not exactly ideal. So by putting it in the corner, it'll sit up against the wall and won't be in the way. But that, as I said, the house isn't that big. We have a very nice sized TV. I've only actually lived in one house where we needed a huge TV, and at the time we got a 58-inch rear projection TV, which was just adequate, and even then we had to then get the sort of the 5.1 surround sound system to enhance it because we couldn't hear what was on the TV. So that was the thing. But for the most part, I'm going to leave the door open because we'll be coming back. That was nice, and it was delivered very, very early in the morning on Thursday. It turns out our local furniture store is open Monday, Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday. But they were closed Tuesday and Wednesday, so we went and ordered the stuff on Monday. And because they're spitting distance from our house, we were first up on the delivery. Hopefully we have enough gas or diesel in this tractor to make it through the day, or the rest of the day. And then fortunately we got a dirt cheap, what is it, thing you eat from. Dining room table. And the awesome thing about that, yeah, we didn't want to spend too much. We ended up spending about $300 on it, and 4 chairs. And it is the right size to fit in the dining room, because once again the dining room's not that big. So that wasn't too bad of a experience. We had been looking at other dining room tables and we decided to just go for the small one, and that was the best plan, turns out. So unfortunately it's a little bit difficult for me to measure any of the rooms in the house because all of my tools and tape measures are somewhere in a box in a basement. Unfortunately, when the movers came to pack, they just put stuff in random boxes. So I found my drill, I found my drill bits, I found my socket set, I got a couple of screwdrivers but not all of them, and I think I've got a hammer, and that's it. So there are a lot of other tools I need to find, but that involves going through about 30-40 boxes in the basement, and I'm not relishing that, at least not until it gets warm, because the basement has no heating, has no cooling either, but because it's partially underground, I shouldn't have too much of an issue. We've returned to that. I shouldn't have too much of an issue working down there during the summer. The plan for the base, I also don't have any electricity in the basement, at least not convenient. So, as I've mentioned earlier, the hot water tank is in the basement, but the power for it is sourced from... Seriously. Yes, that's going okay. Sorry, it seems the stream is a little bit iffy today. Don't think it's my end. Or it may just be my monitoring PC that's having issues. But anyway, sorry, yeah, no, the hot water tank's in the basement, and the power for it is sourced from the ceiling in the middle of the basement and a power extension lead that runs from the middle all the way to one corner, and that is less than ideal. So our plans for the basement is to start up the exterior wall and insulate it, not necessarily drywall it immediately, but to get some power outlets along that wall. One, so that we can plug in the hot water tank in a far more convenient manner. We're also planning, when the furnace goes, to get a new furnace and situate it in the basement, which would then mean I need power for that as well. But once we've insulated the exterior wall, we can probably consider getting some heat and air conditioning down there. And if we're getting heat down there, we're probably going to need a bigger furnace anyway. And we'll lift that up. For winter crops, yes, I always do full cultivation for winter crops. So we put the oilseed radish in. It's grown sufficiently to create the nutrients we're going to need for the next year. And so now I'm cultivating this in, and tomorrow we'll be coming back to the field with the planter to probably put in wheat. Oops. Now the other field to our left at the moment, that had stuff in it. What stuff did that have in it? That had oats in it. So next crop will either need to be sunflowers or canola. I'm undecided at the moment. If I go canola, we're going to have to cultivate that one too and get that planted. If I'm going sunflowers, sunflowers is a late plant spring crop. So we'll leave the oilseed radish in there until it's time to plant. So I'll leave the oilseed radish in for as long as I can get away with. If I was going to leave the field fallow for the year, I'd leave it in for the entire year. But when we're not going to be planting any crops that needs a fallow field. I do fertilise my grass fields. I try and do it twice, and there is I have noticed a difference. At least in Farm Sim 17, there was a noticeable difference. But for 19, I've not really done enough. I could probably look at that over time, I guess. Up until now, we've been fully fertilising all of our grass fields. I haven't got a good feel for how many bales I get because I'm not baling it. I'm only baling it for hay, and most of the hay I'm baling and selling. I'm just leaving a few on the side for the sheep. Silage we're making in the clamp, so there's absolutely no way to tell how much silage we're making. Well, we're making about 1.4, but it was different. The first the first clamp we did was about 450,000. I don't think we got close to that amount in the second production run. But that could be because of weeds or anything else that's going on, because I'm not treating weeds frequently. And so, progressively a field will get less and less productive until I just bite the bullet and say, right, I've had enough of the weeds, let's kill them. This twice. I will jump back to the farm, and we'll take the first load of silage down to the BGA. So I'll put this on a worker once we finish the second lap. hoping to 2 laps is sufficient for a good enough space to turn around. I'd normally do 3. This is quite a narrow cultivator. It's what, 6, maybe 8 meters, but not much more than that. But it is counting towards cultivation achievements.